Hello, I'm Damien St. John, founder and CEO at Podomedy, and also the creator of Podsprite, a brand new tool that allows podcasters to make playlists faster. I'm really excited for you to try it out. First things first, hit the login button when you get to podsprite.com and then tap Forgot Password. That will allow you to set your password for the very first time. Just pop in your email address there, hit submit, and then follow the link. Once you're logged in, you'll see our setup screen. Simply follow the instructions to fill out the information. First off, pop in your RSS feed. If you've got access to your host settings, you should have that. Otherwise, you can go to podcastaddict.com or getrssfeed.com and simply lift it from there. Next, you'll add in your website. I am using an RSS feed from an older podcast that I did called The Dictionary, which is a funny side of the dictionary. Then you can pop in a little bit of information about you as the host or joint hosts. So let's say comedian and writer, for example. And then you can upload a photo of yourself. So there I am, and hit next. This will take you to your playlist page. As you can see, no playlist created yet, so let's fix that. Tap Create Playlist and fill out the fields. First of all, the title of your playlist. Now that is really important because it will set the URL for your playlist, so please choose it carefully. We will call this Vowel Episodes Only, for example. It's a good opportunity when you're doing your playlist to think about how you would segment your back catalogue in terms of how listeners might like to listen to it. So here we've got vowels and consonants. If you're doing, let's say, a mum and baby podcast, you might segment that from the sort of pre-birth years to the first year to the toddler years to the preschool years. The playlist summary is really important too because this aids discovery of your playlist through search. So it's the funny side of the dictionary, so we'll type that in there, of the dictionary. And you can also put host information too. If you are thinking people are finding you as a host and they want to know what you're interested in, it would be good practice to put your host information in there too. And any other words that you think would be searchable. So is it an educational podcast? Is it a how-to podcast? Is it a business podcast? Any of those keywords you've got an opportunity to put into the playlist summary. And then next you can upload custom cover art. And I think this is a really lovely feature because it allows you to get much more personal with your playlist. For example, the toddler years or all the cryptocurrency episodes. You can really rebrand yourself in a new way when you're sharing your playlist. Here, though, for ease of use, I'm just going to use the podcast artwork, there you can see, and then I'm going to tap next. And I'm just seconds away now from creating my first playlist. Because you've popped in your RSS feed right at the beginning, you now have access to all the episodes in your podcast's back catalogue. So all you need to do is tap the episode to add it to your playlist. So we're going to choose all the vowels, A, E, let's see, I, make sure I get it right, O, U. And you'll notice that they drop off from the available episode, so there's no chance of doubling up and adding the same episode twice to your playlist. And that looks like the playlist that we want. You can, if you want to, we've put in the functionality to drag and drop these around, so if you think they would make sense in a different order, by all means shuffle those around, but we'll put them back to where they're supposed to be. And that's your playlist ready. Obviously there's a delete playlist button in the corner. If you hit that, it would delete the playlist and you would start again, but effectively this is auto saved. So all you need to do on the left is hit playlists and you'll see a list of all of your available playlists here. You can edit, which we just had a look at, so hitting edit will take you back and allow you to save the changes. You can view your playlist. You've got your profile there, so we'll look at that in a second. But for now, all the episodes that you've added to your playlist are here. Again, if the episodes that you've added have got their own custom artwork, this will look more varied as well. But for listeners, all they'll do is they'll hit the play button and then your episode will begin to play in the play bar at the bottom. This is optimized for mobile, so a lot of people listen to podcasts on mobile. They'll find that it's a really sort of intuitive, fluid experience. You can also share this playlist using email or social media. Hitting plus will take you to all the various different platforms if you wish to use any of those. You can also copy and paste the URL of your playlist and share that. Now, if you hit view profile, The information we set out before is available here. So this is really useful if you've got multiple playlists and you want to share a link to all of those at once. Obviously, the more playlists you have, the more they will get built out, and they'll be available down here at the bottom. We're also going to add more social links here too. So at the moment, we just set up website, but coming soon, you'll be able to add links to your Facebook and your X account and Instagram, LinkedIn, whichever one you prefer. And there you have it. Your playlist is ready to go. Other things worth looking at are analytics. So if we go into the dashboard, you can see playlist popularity. Now, the more playlists you run, the more information you have as to which one is performing better. And you'll also be able to access page views as well. So the number of times people have viewed your playlist. This type of data is laid on top of your host's podcasting data, so obviously that will be super informative. So you're kind of using this to measure the performance of Podsprite on top of that, and you can download all of this information as a handy CSV file too. And if you hit profile, you've got the opportunity to edit your profile, name, website, biography and photo. What this won't do is it won't change the URL for your profile. We kind of like that to stay the same, because that impacts all the other URLs that you have potentially. If you do need to change that for any reason, please reach out to me and we can have a look at that for you. The other button you might want to look at is feeds. So if you wanted to add a new feed, and you would do that if you were creating a playlist made up of episodes from multiple podcasts. So let's say, for example, you're running a network and you want to profile all of the shows on your network by adding various episodes to a single playlist. Here's where you would do it. You'd simply validate the feed and then go to create podcast. Equally, if you're a podcast producer, you can use this to profile your best work. All the episodes you've worked on, you can add those in here. So follow the step-by-step instructions, give it a title for reference purposes, paste the new RSS feed and hit validate. That will then take you to the playlist page. So if I did that, for example, and save, it's going to take me to a brand new playlist and I can start creating afresh. So every time you want to take an episode from a new podcast, simply go to feeds and validate that feed. And there you have it, a whistle-stop tour of Podsprite. Please let me know how you get on. All feedback is welcome. You'll find a feedback form in the welcome email that I sent you. Otherwise, you can reach out to me via social media, or you can drop me an email at hello@podomedy.com. Good luck and happy playlisting.